All right. So we are solving square root functions or square root equations. And so the one I have here is our we do for our assignment today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. So I have my steps over here on the right, and it goes by these 4 steps and says isolate the radical expression on one side, square each side, and then solve the equation. And you may need the factor. So when we were factoring our equations in the quadratic unit, how to get those 2 different factors, you may have to do that for some of your examples, and of course check for extraneous solutions. So in other words, the solutions that will not make this equation true. So I'm going to start with the first step, and that is isolate the radical expression on one side. So if I take a look, here's my radical expression here. It's already by itself on one side, so we're good to go there. So I don't have to do anything extra. Step 2, though, says square each side. So basically, I'm going to undo the square root, so the inverse. So I'm going to square. And then what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. And what's going to happen is this square root is going to cancel out. So I'm now going to have 2x minus 4. And then I'm going to multiply this out. So remember, you are basically doing the box method multiplying of x minus 2 twice x minus 2. And then I'm going to just go ahead and simplify. So I got x squared, multiply these two together, negative 2x, negative 2x, negative times negative over here, so positive 4. I look at my like terms, and I notice that my like terms happen to be this negative 2 and this negative 2. So then I'm going to combine it. So I have x squared minus 4x plus 4. Okay, so now we're here. Minus 4x plus 4. So I'm going to write that out. So the reason why is so that way I can move these over. Negative 2x, negative 2x. I'm lining up with this like term already, doing the opposite just to move it to this side. I'm going to add 4 for this one, add 4 here, and then what happens is those two cancel, so I have nothing left on this side, so E0 it's equal to 0, so 0 equals our x squared, then nothing happened to that. Negative 4x minus 2x, I get a negative 6x, and then 4 plus 4, I get 8. Now, if you take a look, hey, we got a factor. So this turns out to be one of those factoring examples. So I've squared both sides, and now I need to solve the equation. So for solving wise, I'm going to use this color just to show my steps. So from here, I take a look, and I see I have to take a look at my 8. So I have to figure out what numbers can multiply to 8. So multiply, so kind of a little review, multiply. And also which ones add or subtract. So add / subtract. So now I'm going to look at my factors of 8. So 1 and 8, 2 and 4, and that's pretty much it. So out of these two possibilities, which ones can possibly give me this negative 6? Well, I would have to look at 2 and 4. But how do I get a negative? By adding, subtracting, and how do I get a positive? By multiplying. So I had to know that negative times a negative would equal this positive, and a negative plus a negative would equal a negative 6 here. So my two factors are negative 2 and negative 4. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as my factored form of x minus 2 and my other one x minus 4. Okay, so right now all we're going to do is just take a look at just your solving strategies and solving techniques, and that's pretty much it. When we're solving, though, we also want to solve and figure out what is x going to equal. So remember, zero product property states that I set each one equal to 0. And then I do the opposite just to move it to the other side. Same thing here. Opposite to move to the opposite side. And so therefore my two solutions are x equals 2 and x equals 4.